Hi, my name is Steve Stokes, and everybody's going crazy with COVID, and it's ups and downs every day, right? So I'm bored out of my mind myself, and I'm just gonna start making these videos. I'm gonna start making some videos at home. This is my home office, just showing you guys what I do. Just boring stuff like the books I read, the supplements I take, my morning routine, just stuff like that. So if that's stuff you're kind of interested in, you may want to go ahead and hang with me for the next couple of weeks and we'll go through it all. So today I thought that I would do a video on the supplements that I take. Someone asked me, they said, what is in your medicine cabinet, Dr. Stokes? Well, I don't have a medicine cabinet because I don't take medicine, but I do have a supplement drawer, so to speak. And I just went in the kitchen and I grabbed what was in there, laid it on my counter here, and I'm going to go through it step by step with you guys and show you what is in my medicine cabinet, so to speak. And none of this is scripted out. I'm just going to grab them at random and talk about them. So the first one is Inositol Powder. Inositol Powder. This is interesting. So I was watching Nicolas Cage give an interview a couple of years ago, and he was on the set of a movie he was doing where he was playing this guy that was like a cocaine addict. And he was going around the set acting all hyper and crazy, and he was snorting this white powder, and everybody on the set thought he was actually snorting cocaine. Well, Nicolas Cage said that in fact what he was snorting was inositol powder. Now I don't snort this. I take about a quarter teaspoon and mix it up with water and I drink it. But what inositol does is it helps stimulate ATP production in your body. So it gives you energy. It also helps with the metabolization of fat in your body. This is really good for people that are diabetic. One of the problems with diabetes is you have trouble metabolizing fat. And a lot of that stuff ends up in your arteries, and it causes all sorts of problems like gangrene. And so inositol powder is a great product for you if you want to break down your fat better, if you want to have more energy. This is definitely something that you want to look into. I have prescribed it for people with ADD, ADHD, learning disorders, and of course all my diabetics will go on this. And like I said, I take it myself also. I find that it gives me more energy. I find that it's really good for anxiety. So if you or someone you know has a problem with anxiety, this is something that can really help. And I would start off very easy, quarter of a teaspoon, and then build up from there. I don't think I would snort it, but if you decide to get inositol powder and you snort it, let me know how it works out for you. I'd be curious to know if that works out. So, number one, inositol powder. Let's see what else we can pull out here. Valerian Complex. So if you have trouble sleeping, if you have anxiety, if you get stressed out easy, if you have trouble staying to sleep, once you get to sleep, valerian is going to be the answer. And what's great about valerian is it doesn't inhibit your cognitive process. So you can take this stuff during the day, you can chill out, you can be relaxed, you can be pleasant to be around. Ask my wife about me taking Valerian Complex during the day to be pleasant to be around when I'm stressed. And it's not going to screw with your head, right? You're not going to be dopey. It's a great product. And I clinically have prescribed this to VA patients. I see a lot of veterans in my clinic. I have a thing with the VA where I get a lot of their patients, and a lot of these patients are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, and they've already been down the pharmaceutical path with that. And the drugs for that really can have a horrible effect long-term on the body, because your brain will stop making the chemicals that you need. Those neurotransmitters that your brain needs to function, if you take those prescriptions, they stop, and you can really have a lot of really bad side effects. But valerian is a great way to support healthy neurotransmitters in your brain. It can alleviate a lot of anxiety, and it's really been a big help for a lot of my veterans. In fact, there are some of my patients that, they're no longer under care, and they've been using this for years. So Valerian is a great product. What else we got here? Digest Forte. Digest Forte. Okay, so what this is a combination of herbs that you take before you eat, and it stimulates your body's own production of digestive enzymes and acid. You know, a lot of the problems we have with digestion is not from too much acid, but from not enough acid. So as we get older, our stomachs don't produce as much acid as they need. As a result of that lowering of the acidity in the stomach, the lower esophageal sphincter in your esophagus gets weak, and the acid is allowed to come up to the esophagus, and it causes reflux. We don't break down protein as good as we used to. So what you do with this is you just take one of these tablets and you suck on them for about 15 minutes before you eat until it gets really bitter, and then you swallow it. And it stimulates your body's natural production of all of the chemistry you need to digest your food properly. It has things in it like tangerine, fruit peel, feverfew leaf, ginger, wormwood, all sorts of interesting things. And it's got this gentian root, which allows you to suck on it and stimulate the process in your mouth before you even swallow it. So this is a great product if you don't want to just take a bunch of enzymes, which in some cases you may need that if you're really having a hard time. You may want to go with a product that I'm going to show you in a minute that already has the enzymes in it. But if you don't want that, if you want a more natural approach to digestion, stimulate your body's own production of those enzymes works a lot better. And this is something that I take frequently if I'm having a big meal and I know, oh man, this is going to be hard to digest. I grab one or two of those before I eat, and it works out well. Betafood. Okay, so there's Betafood. It looks like rabbit food because what it is basically beet. It's beetroot, beet leaf, beet vegetable, and they take the sweet beets, they grind them down, and they put them into a compressed tablet. What's great about beet is that it provides something called trimethylglycine. Trimethylglycine is the supplement for the liver and gallbladder. In fact, there are studies with trimethylglycine that show that if you take enough of it, you can regenerate liver tissue in a 6-month period. So anyone suffering from any kind of liver issues, like psoriasis, or anyone that has, say, hepatitis, this is something you're definitely going to want to take every day. It's going to help to keep your liver healthy. It's going to help with production of bile and healthy flushing of the liver. And it's going to actually assist in the liver to regenerate damaged tissue. Can't go wrong with this. And I take Betafood as a prevention. You know, the liver is one of the most important organs in the entire body. And I just find that it's a great product. You can also, eat you can also eat beets if you want, and that's good too. But a lot of people don't like to eat beets because, you produce red stool, and some people don't like the taste of beets. So either eat beets or take Betafood. But again, the best liver decongestant, gallbladder decongestant, if you have gallbladder stones, problems with sluggish gallbladder, problems with digestion of fats, this is your key, Betafood. Okay, what do we got? Let's grab one here. Zypan. So I mentioned that with the bitters, you can take those and it will stimulate your body's own production of enzymes. What Zypan is purely palliative. So Zypan has pepsin and the acid in the tablet. And you take this with your meals and it increases the acidity in your stomach, keeps the valve closed, and helps break down the food in your stomach. And I take anywhere from 2 to 5 of these, or tell people to take between 2 to 5 of these depending on how severe your condition is. And you'll take this usually about halfway through your meal, and it will help break down your food. It has the exact opposite effect of an antacid, where with an antacid, we're limiting the amount of acid in your stomach, which short-term can give relief, but long-term creates more problems. The gastrointestinal tract cannot be alkaline. It must be acidic. This will acidify the gastrointestinal tract and in the long run make you much healthier. You'll be able to break down the food you eat and assimilate all of those vitamins and minerals from what you're eating. And remember, if you're over 40, you're already not producing enough stomach acid, most likely. So this is the quick fix. You know, if somebody suffers from problems with the upper GI, like acid reflux or GERD, I'll get them on this right away. But then eventually, I will transition them to Digest Forte because it's a more natural approach. Okay, here's a couple of more here. So, Celegesic, love Celegesic. It's a pain reliever. So, you know, if you suffer from arthritis pain, back pain, neck pain, just aches and pains, sciatica, Celegesic is a concentrated form of white willow bark. And what it's going to do, it's going to give you all the benefits of an NSAID, like Aleve or Advil, but it's not going to destroy your stomach like those will. So this is a really great product. I take 1 or 2 of these and within 20 minutes my pain is gone. It also has a great anti-inflammatory effect, so it's not just palliative. You're not just sort of putting a Band-Aid on it, you're actually helping reduce inflammation as well. Can't say enough good things about Celegesic. It's expensive, it's about $1 a pill, but man, it's worth it. And if you don't want to destroy your stomach, this is something you want to look into, Celegesic. Turmeric Forte. Everybody's talking about turmeric. You can see those little yellow pills as the new wonder herb, and it's pretty good for a lot of things. It's got a lot of anti-cancer properties. It's got a lot of anti-inflammatory properties. It seems like turmeric will help with everything. This is a concentrated form, and what the key is with this is that most turmeric, you can't use it in your body. So you can't get it into the bloodstream. No matter what you read on the different vitamin bottles you see at Walmart, most of the turmeric doesn't get absorbed into your bloodstream. So with Turmeric Forte, what they did was they took something called fenugreek. And fenugreek is, you can smell it, smell the fenugreek when you open it up. Fenugreek is a plant, and they put the turmeric with the fenugreek, and the fenugreek shuttles the turmeric into the bloodstream. So it's just basically in a really absorbable way, a really effective way to get turmeric into your body. This is a great preventative, anti-aging preventative supplement, but you got to be careful. Some people don't react well to turmeric. For some people, this really causes a lot of gastrointestinal upset. If you're that person, man, don't take it. GI stability. Okay. GI stability is pretty unique. The object here is to feed the good bacteria already in your system, make them more healthy so they reproduce, and over time they overtake the colon and they stamp out the bad bacteria. When you take a probiotic, most of them don't get absorbed properly, and also a lot of those probiotics are not specific strains to what's already in your colon. So you take these probiotics, you think you're doing good, they go into your colon and they end up having a fight with the other bacteria that are already there, and you have a war, so they don't work. And a lot of people get things like diarrhea and constipation, all sorts of upsets from taking probiotics. But GI stability is different. And what this is, you can see they're wafers, right? And they're extracts from breast milk, oleosaccharides. And this is very specific type of food that feeds the healthy strands of bacteria in your colon. And this will be good for any kind of lower GI problems. If you've got IBS, you need this. If you've got any kind of lower GI tract issues, you want to be taking this right away. Stop taking your probiotics right now and take this. Feed the flora that are already there, make them stronger. This will tighten those junctions in your colon. This will prevent bad bacteria from passing into your bloodstream from there. It's just effective for all sorts of different conditions, and it tastes pretty good too. You just chew these up. You take a couple of these a couple of times a day, and you're going to increase your lower GI tract health. That's a liquid. We got 3 liquids. I'll leave those to last. calcium lactate powder. So there's more calcium supplements sold in the United States than any other supplement. Everybody's mad about calcium. Problem is, most of the calcium you buy doesn't get absorbed at all. Most of it's just limestone. In fact, I remember taking x-rays of patients who take calcium tablets, and you can see the calcium tablets in their GI tract, totally undissolved. So this is a 5-to-1 ratio of calcium lactate with magnesium. And you need to have that acidity for the calcium to be absorbed properly. Also, the calcium lactate is only like one step away from what your body needs to absorb it, whereas things like calcium carbonate require multiple steps to be broken down. Now, everybody thinks they know what calcium is for, right? For your bones. No. The real secret to calcium lactate is that it works with your immune system. So what this does is you take it, and I like the powder, I mix it up with some slightly acidic liquid like apple juice, and I drink it, and it goes into my system, goes through my body, and it finds invading bacteria and viruses, and it tags them, it marks them, so that my immune system knows where they are, and my immune system can effectively go in there and destroy them. So this is like, one of my main immune system preps. Anytime I feel like I'm getting a little sick, I take some calcium lactate, it goes in my system, works with my immune system to target the invaders, and makes me healthy. As a side note, a lot of my patients get canker sores, and these are pretty nasty. They're not like the herpes virus that you get like a cold sore, but they're canker sores. They go inside your lip, and they're these white sores. If you suffer from canker sores, calcium lactate powder is going to help you get rid of those quickly. It's a great way to work with your system to get rid of canker sores. You take this plus some omega-3 fatty acid together, and that will neutralize canker sores. But again, if you've got canker sores, or if you've got a cold sore, any kind of infection or any kind of invaders in your body, bacteria or viruses, calcium lactate is going to help your body get rid of those quicker. Now I've got 3 liquids that I like. By the way, a lot of these products are available in liquid form as well, but these are my top 3 that I have in my medicine cabinet, right? Number 1 is St.John's wort. Man, this stuff is great. It's beautiful too. It's a really deep purple color, and if you spill it on your wife's towels that she loves in the bathroom, it doesn't come out, just as a side note. It's not going to come out of those. So be careful with it. It's like a purple dye almost. But St. John's wort is a traditional antidepressant type of a herb. And we know it works really well with people suffering from depression. But what you may not know is that it's a strong antiviral. So viruses that are capsulated, viruses that are enveloped, these are viruses like, believe it or not, COVID-19, Epstein-Barr, herpes, okay, CMV. These are viruses, chickenpox, they just keep coming to me. These are viruses that are enveloped. And so they're surrounded by this protective layer. And what St. John's wort does is it breaks down that protective layer and lets your immune system get in there and kill the virus. We talked about cold sores a minute ago. This works really good for herpes, genital, oral, you name it. So if you have herpes, you can take some of this liquid, and you certainly should ingest it, 5 milliliters every day while you're treating, or also take some of it in a little glass and take a Q-tip and you dab it on your cold sore, and this will help put that in remission. You can put it on your mouth, put it on your genitals, put it anywhere. But antiviral, St. John's wort. Sell a lot of this product since we have gotten into trouble with COVID. A lot of people are taking it as a way to boost their immunity to COVID-19. So that's a great product. Gotu Kola, G-O-T-U-K-O-L-A, Gotu Kola is a dirty little herb. It smells like dirt. It's brown. It stains as well. This stimulates angiogenesis in the body, which is the growth of new blood vessels. This is amazing. So anything you're trying to heal in your body, like let's say you had shoulder surgery and before you couldn't raise your arm, you had the surgery, now you can raise your arm, but it still hurts and there's a lot of scar tissue. Gotu Kola is going to cause microvascularization of the damaged tissue and it's going to help you heal. And so anytime someone is trying to heal or has an injury that's lingering, like a chronic condition, for example, degenerative disc disease is a big problem, right? Spinal stenosis. Gotu Kola is something you're going to want to take to give your body a good boost to get it to heal. It really assists in that process. Also, you can mix this up and make a cream out of it and apply it to your skin, or do what I do. If you want to, you can take some of this in a little container, go to Home Depot and get a foam brush, dip it in there. My wife does this. She's not going to be happy I just said this, but you dip it in the herb and you paint it onto your skin and let it absorb into your skin. It's a great anti-ager, great anti-wrinkler. It's going to increase vascularization in the skin, keep it healthy. If you have psoriasis, if you have eczema, you can paint it on your arms. It'll be absorbed through the skin. So Gotu Kola is a great product as well. Finally, it is Ginkgo. Everybody's heard of Ginkgo. Ginkgo is good for short-term memory, cognition, keep you sharp, right? I have this and I put it into a little dropper and I carry it with me, and before I do presentations or when I feel like after midday, when I feel like I need that afternoon boost, I will give myself a couple of drops of Ginkgo under my tongue, get it in my system. Great product, increases microvascularization. It's going to be good for people that are suffering from any kind of cognitive problems, any kind of brain degeneration. There's been some research suggesting it may be good prevention for neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, etc. I prescribe it to anyone with peripheral neuropathy because it increases that circulation. And while we're at that, I mean, anything really, like heart disease, you want to increase circulation to your heart, take this. Erectile dysfunction, this works good for erectile dysfunction. Anything where you're trying to increase peripheral circulation. Ginkgo. Okay, the final product I want to talk about, the best for last, is SB Detox Balance. The powder, right? The powder. This is chai flavored, and to be honest with you, I don't really care much for the flavor. It tastes kind of, it tastes kind of gross. But again, it's chai flavored, whatever that means. This is everything but the kitchen sink. That's how I describe it to patients. This has over 50 organic products in there at high concentrations designed to make your body healthier. It has a lot of buckwheat, which is a great anti-inflammatory. It has mushroom powder for the immune system, Spanish black radish for your liver and for detox, beets like we talked about. I mean, it's all in here. And on top of that, you get 17 grams of plant-based protein. There is no better protein powder on the market than this. This can serve as a meal replacement, which is what I do. I get up in the morning, I go for a walk, I take a 20-minute infrared sauna, and then I drink one of these to flush all the toxins out of my body and give my system a healthy start in the morning with 17 grams of plant-based protein. I get all my amino acids, I cover all my bases, all my vitamins, all my minerals, and then I move on with my day. So why wouldn't everybody just do this? Well, they should. It's expensive, but you get what you pay for, And for me, this has become part of my morning routine now for 2 years. It is a great product. It literally has everything you need in this. And many times when I get patients in the office and they want to start supplements, they want to do all this stuff, they got such great intentions, I'll just tell them, you know what? Take one of these every day instead of breakfast. And I'll let them do that for a couple of weeks to start them, to build a foundation. Now you can also use this twice a day. You can use it in the morning for breakfast, and you can use it at lunchtime too, and then eat a healthy dinner if you wanted to engage in some sort of weight loss or cut down on your calories. How many calories are in this? 160 calories, 17 grams of protein. Yeah. It's amazing. So that's the end of it. That's my final recommendation of what I use. Look, if you like this kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to start adding this content now over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to take you through my house. We're going to go into my swimming pool. We're going to do some exercise in there. We're going to go in the weight room and do some exercise. We're going to get in my sauna. We're going to go to my bookshelf. Man, I'm just going to start making videos. Start to spread the word on healthy living and show you guys what I do, and maybe you can pull some of these routines and make them your own. If you have any questions or comments, email me, comment on the video. I see everything, I answer everything. And check out my website, realplantmedicine.com. All sorts of freebies, show notes are on there. You can look at my books. You can do a free symptom survey where I'll give you some advice on your own supplement routine, something that may help you. And stay tuned. I appreciate your support. Have a great day. Be safe. Watch out for COVID.